What's up, y'all? Well, I got a new chair. It's a chair a lot of people are getting. I don't usually do this, so I have no idea how to make these videos. But I've been working in the office. I've been an electrician working in the office for 6 years now. Some of it at home, some of it here. I've tried so many different chairs. My shoulder kills me, sciatica kills me. I thought I'd be in better shape getting in the office, and it's just a new kind of pain from sitting. This is a stand-up desk. I use that. I use a narrow keyboard to keep my hands in. I got a keypad so I'm not reaching all over the place, a ball mouse so I'm not using my hand all over the place. So I got some ergonomics, but what you'll see is I end up buying one of these Leap 2 chairs. Love the handles move around. Everything sets up pretty good. This thing kills my back. For some reason they say it's the best chair if you can sit perfect all day. I challenge you to find someone that's going to sit in a perfect seating position all day. Here's what's going to happen. A little later in the day, you're going to be chilling back. A little later in the day, you put your feet up. Then you're going to slouch. What I need is a chair that's perfect for slouching. What happens, you can see here, there's no support. Your back is just killing you. So what do? Now, I bought this chair at a used furniture store for $300. I saved a lot of money. I went out and bought an Anthros chair. It's at work. That thing helps significantly. Sitting up is great. The cushion's fantastic. It's got support on the back. I love that chair. But it's at work. So I needed one for here. I figured, what the heck, I might as well get this LiberNovo chair and see how it is. So that's what I got. This thing goes out of the way. Let's build a chair. By the way, this rock and sock drummer stool, because the other ones are so dang hard, is a fantastic thing for sitting up at your desk, comfortable chair. If you want to sit at your desk when it's up, stretch your leg. It's really good for stretching, like in sciatica, that area. This thing's bang up. But I'm not standing on that all day either. So that's round one. I'll show you the chair in a minute. All right, let's build a chair. So I ordered this thing on June 23rd. It's now July 7th. So I thought maybe I ordered off a rip-off company or something, got the wrong place. I messaged them. There was a little delay in getting a response. Then I messaged them on Facebook, ended up getting a response. They said, hey, because it was a sale, they're behind on orders. So this thing looks freshly taped. This looks like it's brand new. This thing is interesting. Not that there's a problem here. I haven't opened this up yet, but this tape is starting to peel off. It looks like it was taped 6 months ago. It was in 2026, it's got a sticker, but just interesting that it was that delayed, and that tape has been on there for a while. It's not taped very well. Not that tape's an issue, I'm just pointing some things out. So, let's open this thing up. See what we got. All right, how to build this thing. I'm pretty stubborn. I don't like reading instructions, but that's nice. Just pictures, not a bunch of reading. Good stuff. Toolkit. That's the headrest. Star piece for the wheels. Looks like the backrest. Alrighty, that's the spine. That's got the motor and all that good stuff. That's the part we like about it, right? There's the chair. That's your seat part. The rest looks like just support. So let's get this out of the way and build a chair. If you wonder what I'm doing, this is the little pack that keeps moisture from building up in this thing, and it's gigantic. Well, it's gigantic relative to what you usually get in shoes. All right. So the little pack. So that's the base of the chair. That's the spine piece. Probably going to say all the wrong things. I don't know what the terminology is for this. I'll give you some redneck terminology. There's the headrest. Backrest. Pretty flexible thing there. And there's the piece for the wheels. Wheels must be in this thing because I don't see wheels. All right. All right, let's build this thing. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna just follow the instructions. One point one, put the wheels on it. If you can all see this, if you want to get a better view of what we're doing. And there's all that on the back. For starters, let's just put some wheels on there. Oh, look at this. White gloves. Too hot here in Florida to be putting them things on. I'm sweating already. There's the wheels. There's the piece for the seat. Oh, we got a battery. Bunch of screws. Knob for adjusting the chair somewhere. Ooh, look at this. We got a fancy little Allen key with a screwdriver handle. That's it for that. Put some wheels on it. Yeah. Guess I don't gotta beat them on, they just push in. Had chairs before, you had to give them a little harder push to get that on there. Put that over there. I'll move back a little bit. Hopefully you can see a little better. So we got the wheels on it. And it wants this little shaft in there. Wow, that goes pretty low. As you can see, it sits way down in there. All right, now it wants the spine piece on there. What does this say? You want me to take this off? I would think so. That's just there to protect that piece on the top. All right, what else we got? pull that up. They're really trying to make me, oh, this just goes in here, I see. So what it's telling me to do, pull this up, and there's a little stick right here, and you got to connect it to this. So I'm sure that takes a certain screw. Which it doesn't say which screw. Interesting. Yes, it does. 3.3 Z. Z. Can't tell, they're all labeled. Got the letters right on the particular screw package. Only one way to put this in. Well, that was pretty easy. Now, put the chair on it. Chair, seat, whatever you want to call this. Okay, just go off the side. So it looks like there's little slots here, and these things are going to fall right in those. And it clicks. So that's that. Yeah, it sure does click. Look at that. It just sits on it. And then we put a screw, which is another Z, out through here in the back. There's a screw hole on each side. It holds that chair right here to this frame. All right, let's put those in. That's how I'm supposed to hook that wire up. What I mean by wire is this little thing right here. I don't see it connecting anything. It looks like it just plugs in the back, so that's not rocket science. I don't see the step where it tells me to do it, but pretty obvious. All right, that's screwed together. Wires hanging out the side. We flip the board around and just complete it the first side. Tell me this thing. Well, there's a little, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little brace thing on the bottom. Oh, this drives the arms back and forth. I'm sure that's when you put your seat back. Makes that your arms adjust with it. But it wants a screw. It says a W goes on that. That's not as obvious to me. there's definitely threads in there. There's threads in there, but you sure ain't catching. So this part is a little, I mean, it looks obvious, but it's not so obvious. It's obvious. I'm just stupid. What's this? That was an X. This is a W. Hit the jackpot that time. A lot easier when you use the right parts. All right, that was in. That was a lot of time to put one screw in. Next part. Excuse me. That's W, that's step 5. Step 6, okay, step 6 is the part I did way back at step 4, was plug that cord in the back of the seat. And step 7, I'm going to put this back piece on. Does that come off or does that stay? The reason I'm asking does it come off, there's little plastic pieces that clip onto the bars on the back. And I don't know if there was a protective piece or a function of this thing. I think it might be a function of it. We'll find out. Oh. Okay, that just slips in and it wants two X's. This time we use the right screws on this. It's pretty easy. And I'm sure they want the bottom piece done the same, 7.3 is this bottom piece. So the plastic piece that was clipping off and on, that faces forward towards the seat. Then you just push that bar into that little ridge, and the screws go up through that little C-clip up into that plastic piece. Another reason I wanted this is the headrest. The Anthros does not have a headrest, so when you're leaning back, your head's always cocked ahead, and having a headrest is a godsend. So that piece is in, 7.3, 7.4. 8 is to put that little knob in it. This piece. So that's down here on that original spine piece at the very bottom. Looks like it can only go on there one way. Alright, not sure what that adjusts yet. 9, throw the battery in it, really. I figured it'd be the last thing we do. Alright. Battery, pretty straightforward. Little clip on the bottom, goes to the side. I'm sure you've seen that on other people's videos. 10. Now we're going to put this wiring in. It looks like it has a little, has some screws attached here. Hopefully we got this out the right side of it. Well, let's see. It goes out the opposite side of the battery. All right. They're showing it without the armrests in. So, looks like it's on the right side. Take this and flip it up on its side and find out what we're working with here. All right, I see what it is. There's a little slot down here on the bottom, and this fits into that. And then the screw holes goes right into that. So what screws do we need? We need 2 Ys. There's our little Ys, they're just little screws. Pretty easy. So that's step 10, 11. Put this in. That ain't rocket science. And I thought I messed up, but it's got a few extra screws in there too. By the looks of it, this thing's put together. So it really don't take long to put it together. I don't know how you charge the battery or anything yet, but we got it built. All right, y'all, back at it. So, battery's obviously dead, but there's a little charging port there. And then there's a little light there, and it's orange right now when I plug it in, so it's charging. That means it's charging. We'll plug it in, wait for that thing to go green. This thing also came with safety warranty, user manual, has a thing you can click and watch a video. This actually has, it's got a lot of foreign languages in there, but you can kind of pick up on what they're telling you in the pictures. And then here, this one, 4-step alignment. So this tells you how to set it up for proper posture, but you kind of get the gist of how to make this thing work too. And I do see that the armrests fold in and out. So I'll look at this in a minute. But in the meantime, let's get the footrest built. Oh, looky here. Got a little fancy instruction manual. Nothing on the back, so this should be pretty easy. Let's see what we got. That looks like the footrest part, I'm assuming. Some parts. I bet you that's another one of them screwdriver thingy-majiggers. Got her wrapped up heck good. Here's another one. Interesting thing is there's 2 screws in here with it, which you think would be in another little screw bag like the other one. So if you buy one of these, just know that there's 2 screws inside that bag that Allen key wrench comes in. That would be easy enough to throw out and wonder how you put this thing together. Piece. That's got to be the base. The footrest. Heck, y'all, maybe this thing only comes with 2 screws. Well, that's everything. Let's see what's in this little white bag. Some type of little support pieces. And a knob for adjusting it. All right. Step 1. Cushiony piece. Clamps into this. Which can easily fall off of it. Does it have screws? Yep. That clamped onto that. Now you're telling me there's another piece that screws to it. Don't mind me. Flat piece pushes into there, and then these screws here screw into that part there. Not really complicated. Just gotta read the instructions better. And that's what those 2 screws are for. Okay. I think these are if you want extra height. To heightening gear for under 170 centimeters. Well, that shows putting them on, so we'll put them on. See what happens. One, two, three is put this thing in the slot in the back. Four. Oh, there's two holes here. If you want this down lower to the floor, you take them pieces off and put it in the bottom hole. But since I have the top, since I got the extenders on, I put it in that top hole. There's a little piece in the back that slides into that top hole. Slide into the top hole. Line these up. Snap them together. This goes in the back. So that hole where it goes in the back, it just slides in. Screws together. Voila! Fancy footrest. Okay. Well, that's that. I just gotta wait for that thing to charge. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, we got the chair up and running, but the battery is still charging. But I like this. So I got the thing on like the third lean back, got my feet up, arms about where I want it so I can sit here with my hands right on the edge of the desk. The support right here is ridiculous. Super nice. And to be able to do this and not have my head cocked up the whole time, but be able to lean it back on something while I'm working, this thing is super soft. This is super soft. Would I say this feels like the strength of the Leap 2? No, it feels a little cheaper made. I'm not telling you it's cheaper made. Like, nothing's breaking or anything, but it doesn't feel cheap. It just, that feels industrial, that Leap 2. Oh yeah, I like this. So, I'm sure you've seen this on 100 other videos. Armrests. Let me pull this thing up. In order to pull this up, you want to adjust how far it goes back. It's this up-down lever here. Back there. That's the one I like for working. And it goes way back, which I haven't tested. Good Lord, y'all. That stuff yet. I don't need to go back that far unless I put my TV on the ceiling. Armrests, push out, pull in. I think I got one higher than the other. Yeah. These go in and out that way. The lever's on the side right here, up and down. And then as you sit back and forth, these will go back and forth with you, so you don't have your arms way up there. Kind of nice. I haven't figured this one out yet. So I just push the seat forward and back. Haven't figured that one out yet. But what I got so far, yeah, I'm liking this. Right there, chill mode. I can work in this thing all day. We'll find out. That's what I got for now. I'll show you a little more when that battery charges up. Appreciate you watching. Check out Proof Media. I got music on there.